Hey guys, hi, welcome back. So in the previous video, we have discussed the questions of JEST examination and GATE examination. And in this video, we will start with the CSI NET examination. So first we will start from June 2011. All right. So all the questions are from complex analysis. Clear? Now let's see the first question. Here it is said the value of the integral dz z square e to the power z, where C is an open contour in the complex z plane as shown in the figure below is. So you will have to find the value of this particular integral. Okay, see this contour C, it is an open contour in the z plane, right? So you will have to find the value. You are having here four options. Okay, so now if you complete this contour, okay, then by Cauchy's integral theorem, what you can write? You can write integration -1 to 1 dz z square e to the power z plus integration over the contour C dz z square e to the power z, it is equals to 0. This is what you can write. Okay, if you complete this contour, the integration of -1 to +1 of the function and the integration over the contour C dz z square e to the power z. So from here, what you can write? You can write the value of this integral C dz z square e to the power z. It is equals to -1 to +1 dz z square e to the power z. Right? This is what you can write here. Is it clear? Now when you will do the integration of this term, okay, you will use what? Integration of what? uv dx, right? You are having integration of what? Z square e to the power z dz, right? This is what you are having. So if I consider this to be u and this to be v, so how you will write? You know, integration of uv dx is what? U integration of v dx minus integration d dx of what? U integration v dx dx. So this will be giving you what? Z square e to the power z. Integration is what? E to the power z, right? Minus integration I'm writing here. D dx of z square is what? 2z. Again, integration of e to the power z is what? E to the power z. And this is what? dz. And finally, this is z square e to the power z minus 2 I'm keeping outside. Again, doing the same integration again, you will get what? Z e to the power z minus d dx of what? D dz of this z is 1. And if you will integrate this 2 times, you will get what? E to the power z only. Okay. So finally, you will have z square e to the power z minus 2z e to the power z plus 2 e to the power z. Right? So I'm writing here the same thing. Left hand side will be as it is. Right hand side minus is there. Here you will write what? Z square e to the power z minus 2z e to the power z plus 2 e to the power z. This is -1 to +1. So here we will put the upper limit and the lower limit. So first putting 1, this is e, right? Minus the lower limit, -1 square is 1. This is e to the power -1. Minus 2 I'm keeping outside. This will give you what? Z equals to 1. So you will get here e, right? Again I'm writing here minus a will give you what? Plus. And this will be what? E to the power -1, right? Plus 2. In the last one you will have what? E minus e to the power -1. All right? Next, now we will simplify. This is minus, this is e minus e to the power -1 minus 2e minus 2e to the power -1 plus 2e minus 2e to the power -1. So if you see here, these are 2e terms, okay? So this plus 2e, this minus 2e, this 2 will get cancelled, minus and plus, okay? Here you are having what? Minus, minus, minus. So all will get add and you will have what? Minus 5 e to, okay? Which can be written as what? This will become minus, na? This is how you can write. So finally, how you write? There is a minus sign here, okay, because all are negative now. So here you can write finally 5 by E, right? Taking the minus inside, minus E. All right, so this is 5 by E minus C. The correct option is option C. Okay, check the signs very nicely, okay, because sign will make a huge change and you will get the wrong answer. Clear? Now let's see the next question. Question number 2. Which of the following is an analytic function of the complex variable z equals to x plus iy in the domain mod of z less than 2? So you will have to see out of this 4, okay, which is an analytic function, and here z is equals to what? X plus iy in the domain mod of z is less than 2. So first, if you see this first option, okay, you know, for an analytic function you should not have what? Z bar, z to the power, like positive integer should not be there, okay? Z power should not be a positive integer and you should not have z. If you can reduce it to the polynomial of z, then that particular function is what? Analytic. So here if you see, you can write it as what? 3 plus x minus iy is what? Z is x plus iy. This is z bar, right? So this is not analytic. And the last option D, if you see, this is to the power 1 by 2. So this will be also not analytic. Now we are having B and C. Here if you see, this is what? This is 1 plus z to the power 4. This will give you what? 7 minus z whole cube. And here if you see, this will give you what? 1 minus z to the power 4. And here you will get what? 7 minus z bar whole cube. So option C is also not analytic. Which is analytic? Option B. Clear? Now let's see question number 3. Here it is said the first few terms in the Taylor series expansion of the function fx equals to sin x around x equals to pi by 4 are. So you will have to do the Taylor series expansion of fx equals to sin x around x equals to pi by 4, and you will have to see out of these 4 options which will give the first few terms of the Taylor series expansion of this function. Okay, clear? So now first we will write the Taylor series expansion. So what is the Taylor series expansion of fx? It will be what? F of a plus, here you will have what? F prime a by factorial 1 is 1, x minus a, okay, plus you will have what? F double prime a by factorial 2, x minus a whole square, plus f triple prime a, here you will have what? Factorial 3, x minus a whole cube, plus f4a, this is factorial 4, x minus a to the power 4, and so on. So let's calculate first f of a, then we will see f prime a. F of a will be what? You will put it to be sine, instead of x you will put what? Pi by 4, right? So it is equals to what? Sine pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. Now we will see f prime a. When you will differentiate the function fx, you will get what? Cos x, that is cos pi by 4 here, which is again what? 1 by root 2, right? F double prime a, if you see. So cos pi by 4, again you will differentiate, you will get what? Sine pi by 4, okay, but with a negative sign. So again it will be what? Minus 1 by root 2, right? And this way you can continue. Okay, so I'm not doing much. I can see here directly, this will give you again minus cos pi by 4. If you see f triple prime a, you will get what? Minus cos pi by 4. So this will give you what? Minus 1 by root 2, right? This is how it will go. So you will get the Taylor series expansion to be what? Here you see f of a is what? 1 by root 2, right? F prime a is what? 1 by root 2. And you will have x minus pi by 4, okay? Plus f double prime is again what? Minus, so this will give you what? Minus 1 by root 2, okay? Here you will have what? Factorial 2. This is x minus pi by 4 whole square, okay? Again, if you see f triple prime, okay? We are having f prime double prime. F triple prime will give you again what? Minus 1 by root 2 in the numerator, x minus pi by 4 whole cube by factorial 3. So if I write fx equals to and I take 1 by root 2 common, you will have what? 1 plus x minus pi by 4, okay, minus x minus pi by 4 whole square by factorial 2. Again, you will have plus, okay, sorry, minus x minus pi by 4 whole cube by factorial 3, and so on, right? So it is 1 plus, then minus, again minus. So if you see, the correct option is option B, 1 by root 2 into with 1 plus x minus pi by 4 minus 1 by factorial 2 x minus pi by 4 whole square, again minus 1 by factorial 3 x minus pi by 4 whole cube. All right. So this is quite easy. You will have to just do the Taylor series expansion and you can get the terms. Clear? Now let's see the next question. Question number 4. What is said here? The first few terms in the Lorentz series for 1 by z minus 1 into with z minus 2 in the region mod of z greater than equals to 1 but less than equals to 2 around z equals to 1 is what? You will have to do the Lorentz series expansion of this, okay, around z equals to 1. And it is said mod of z is what? Greater than 1 but it is less than 2. So first of all, if you see the function, it is 1 by what? Z minus 1 into with z minus 2. Okay. You can further write it as what? 1 by z minus 2 minus 1 by z minus 1. You can see if you take the LCM, you will get the same function. Here you will get what? Z minus 1 minus z plus 2. So this will give you what? Ultimately 1 by the term in the denominator, right? Next you see, I am taking minus common from the second term. So it is 1 by z minus 2. It will give me plus, and in the denominator I will have 1 minus z. Okay. Now you see this term you are having. This term I am writing as z minus 1. Again I am writing here minus 1 plus 1 by 1 minus z. Okay. This is how I am writing. Now you see here. In this case, this is positive. I am writing this 1 by 1 minus z. All right. Here you see it is what? Z minus 1. If I take minus common, I can write it as what? 1 by 1 minus z plus 1. Right. This is what I can write to make both of them 1 minus z. Okay. So what we got? We got 1 by 1 minus z minus 1 by 1 minus z plus 1. Okay. So this you can write as what? 1 by 1 minus z minus, I can write as 1 plus 1 minus z to the power minus 1, taking this term to the numerator. Now you see, we know what? 1 plus x to the power minus 1. Its expansion is what? 1 minus x plus x square minus x cube plus x to the power 4 minus, and so on. So we will do the same expansion of the second term. So it will be 1 by 1 minus z minus. It is 1 minus what? 1 minus z, okay, plus 1 minus z whole square minus 1 minus z whole cube, okay, plus, and so on. So you can write what? This will get cancelled, yes or no? So you will have 1 by 1 minus z minus, this will give you what? Z, okay, plus 1 minus z whole square minus 1 minus z whole cube plus, and so on. So here if you see, you can write it further as what? 1 by 1 minus z minus 1 minus z whole square plus 1 minus z whole cube, okay, and so on. Okay. So if you see, what will be the correct option? It was 1 by 1 minus z minus 1 minus z square plus 1 minus z whole cube. So the correct option is option B. You have to just do the Lorentz series expansion. So this is how we do the Lorentz series expansion. Clear? If you are having doubt in Lorentz series, you can go and check the video. Okay, where I explained the Lorentz series. And the link is in the description box. So now let's see question number 5. Here it is said, let u is equals to what? X plus half into with x square minus y square be the real part of an analytic function fz of the complex variable z is equals to x plus iy. So the imaginary part of fz is what? You will have to calculate the imaginary part when the real part is given to you. Okay? And the complex variable given is what? Z is equals to x plus iy. So how you can find the imaginary part when the real part is given? You will use the CR condition, right? So we will write the CR condition. What is the CR condition? Cauchy-Riemann condition is what? Del u, del x, it is equals to what? Del v, del y, right? And you know, del u, del y, it is equals to minus del v, del x. So when you will differentiate u with respect to x, you will get what? Del x of x is what? 1 plus. This will give you half into with x square will give you what? 2x equals to del v, del y. So here 2 gets cancelled. You will get here what? 1 plus x equals to del v, del y. So finally from here v will be equals to what? Integration of del y plus x integration of what? Del y plus f of x. Okay, this is constant term. So v is equals to what? Y plus xy plus f of x. This time taking to be equation 1. Similarly, if you differentiate u with respect to y, what you will get? You will get half into it minus 2y, right? Because y square will give you what? 2y, minus will come. This is minus del v, del x. So minus and minus get cancelled. This 2 and 2 also gets cancelled. You will have v is equals to what? Integration y del x plus f of what? Y. So v is equals to what? Xy plus f of y. This is equation 2. Now when you will do using what? 1 and 2, what you will get? V will be equals to, you know, the term which is written twice, you will write only once. Okay, so you will write it as what? Y plus xy, right? This is what you will write. So the correct option is option A. Clear? So I don't think these questions are tough. We are using the same formulas back to back again and again. Now let's see question number 6. Here it is said the Taylor expansion of the function ln cos hyperbolic x, where x is real about the point x equals to 0, start with the following terms. You will have to say the function this. Okay, for this, if you do the Taylor series expansion, okay, about the point what? X equals to 0, then what will be the first few terms? So first you will write the Taylor series of the function. I'm taking fx is equals to what? Ln cos hyperbolic x. Okay, so fx will give you what? It will be obviously the Taylor series expansion is f of a, f prime a factorial 1 into with x minus a plus f double prime a factorial 2 x minus a whole square plus f triple prime a factorial 3 x minus a whole cube plus f4 a by factorial 4, okay, x minus a whole to the power what? 4 and so on. I have taken up to 4 because in the option it is what? Up to x to the power 4. Here you are having what? Here a is this, okay, this is a. So here a is equals to what? 0, right? So you will get this term to be what? X minus 0. This will give you x to the power 4. So I'm taking up to this term. Now let's see first f of a, okay? F of a will be equals to what? It is ln cos hyperbolic 0. So this is 0, okay? F prime a, it will give you what? Differentiating this ln cos hyperbolic x, it will give you what? 1 by cos hyperbolic x. Again on differentiating cos hyperbolic x, you will get what? Sine hyperbolic x. That is giving you tan hyperbolic x. Okay. So from here, if you see, if you put here what? 0. You know, tan 0 will be obviously 0. Again, if I do f double prime a, tan hyperbolic x, on differentiation, it will give you what? Sec square hyperbolic x, right? When you will put x to be 0, you will get it to be what? 1. Similarly, if I do for what? F triple prime a sec hyperbolic x, on differentiation will give you what? 2 sec hyperbolic x. Again differentiating sec hyperbolic x, you will get what? Minus sec hyperbolic x tan hyperbolic x. Okay, so here you are having what, tan hyperbolic x. When you will put x to be 0, this term will make the entire term to be what, 0. But this term is what, this term is minus 2 sec square hyperbolic x tan hyperbolic x. Okay, this I have written so that we will do f4a also. So minus 2 is constant, right? This I'm making u, this I'm making v. Okay, first if I am keeping what, sec hyperbolic x constant, anyone you can keep constant, that's completely on you. So first I'm taking what, I'm taking tan hyperbolic x constant and I'm differentiating this, so it is giving me what, 2 sec hyperbolic x again minus sec hyperbolic x, and I'm getting tan hyperbolic x, right? Plus this time I'm keeping sec square hyperbolic x constant, tan hyperbolic x on differentiation will give me what, sec square hyperbolic x, right? So if I see here minus 2, this is what, tan hyperbolic x, this is also tan hyperbolic x. Okay, so if you see here, you will get what, 2 sec square hyperbolic x tan square hyperbolic x, okay, plus sec to the power 4 hyperbolic x. So this is tan hyperbolic x, this term will become 0. You will have, if you put here what, 1, sorry 0, x equals to 0, it will give you what, 1. So it will be just minus 2 the value, right? So now when you will write the function, I'm writing here, okay, in one side I'm doing here only. So you can write the Taylor series expansion, this is what, 0, this is also 0, right? This is 0, this is 0. F double prime a is what, 1. So this will give you 1 by factorial 2 is what, 2. This is x minus a, that is only x square, all right? F triple prime is what, it is again 0, and f4 is what, minus 2. So I'm writing here it to be what, minus 2 by factorial 4 is what, 2 3 4, okay, and this is x to the power 4. So this 2 and this 2 gets cancelled, and you will have what, half x square minus, you will have what, 1 by 4 3s are 12 x to the power 4, and so on. So your answer will be what, it is positive half x square minus half x to the power 1 by 12 x to the power 4. So the correct option is option B. Clear? So you will have to be very good in the calculation, okay, and you will have to do this very sincerely. All right, next let's see question number 7. So you will have to find the value of the integral z cube by z square minus 5z plus 6 dz, where c is a closed contour defined by the equation 2 mod z minus 5 equals to 6, travels in the anti-clockwise direction. Just calculate the value of this integral. You are given 2 mod z 5, it is equals to this 0, okay, this is not 6, it is equals to 0. So you see 2 mod z minus 5, it is equals to 0 given, okay. So from here you can write what, 2 mod of z is equals to what, 5. So mod of z is equals to 5 by 2, that means 2.5, right? So this is r. All right, now we will see the poles, okay. So this you will do the midterm splitting, okay. So this will give you what, z square minus, you will have what, 3 plus 2 z plus 6 equals to 0. So z square minus 3z again minus 2z plus 6 equals to 0. Take z common, you will have z minus 3. Next term you take minus 2 common, you will have z minus 3 equals to 0. So z is equals to what, 2, z is equals to 3, okay. So you are having what, z equals to 2 comma 3, simple pole, okay. But here it is what, 2.5. So this will what, lie outside, yes or no? Only this will, as z equals to 2 will lie inside. So you will find the residue for what, z equals to 2, right? So how you will do so, you will write z minus 2. The function is what, in the numerator you are having z cube, in the denominator z minus 2, z minus 3, and here z is equals to what, 2. So this gets cancelled. You're having z cube means what, 2 cube, that is 8, and this is 2 minus 3 is what, minus 1. So this is minus 8, and finally you will get the integral I is equals to what? 2 pi I into with sum of the residue. Only one residue, so it's minus 8. So this will give you minus 16 pi I. All right. So the correct option is option A. Clear? Let's see question number 8 now. Here it is said z is equals to x plus iy. So which of the following function is not a complex analytic function? You will have to check one function out of this four which is not complex analytic. Means you will have to find the option which is having z bar or power of z in positive integer. So if you see here, the first one, this is what? This one is z, okay, x plus iy minus 8 to the power what? Cube. This is 4. If you see here, it is x square minus y square. This is again minus. That means what? You are having what? X minus iy whole square. That is what? Z bar square. Here you will have what? Whole to the power 7. So if you see here, you are having z bar here. So this is not a complex analytic function, right? So the correct option is option A. But let's check the option B also and CD also. So if you see here, this is what? This is obviously z to the power 7. Okay. And this is what? 1 minus z cube. All right. The next one, if you see, this is what? This is z square, right? X square minus y square. This is plus 2ixy. So minus 3 whole to the power 5. Because you know what? X plus iy whole square is what? X square minus y square plus 2ixy. And if you see the last option, this will give you what? 1 minus. This is, if you take minus common, this will become what? X plus iy. So that is what? Z to the power 4, and this is what? 2 plus z to the power 6. Clear? So your option is option A. Next you see question number 9. So here it is said, which of the following function cannot be the real part of a complex analytic function z equals to x plus iy? Out of these four options, which cannot be the real part of the complex analytic function? Okay, which cannot be the real part? This you will have to check. So you already know that if you are having what? A complex analytic function, then its real and imaginary part will be what? Harmonic. Yes or no? If I write here, we know that the real and imaginary part of, real is u, imaginary is v, okay, of a complex analytic function is harmonic. Okay, okay, if it is harmonic, that means what? It will satisfy Laplace equation. Okay, so we will just use the Laplace equation. We will see whether it is satisfying or not. So out of this four, which will not satisfy, that is going to be what? That is not going to be the real part. So you will write here the Laplace equation is what? Del square u del x square plus del square u del y square equals to 0. U, because we are asked about the real part, so I'm putting here u. So first we will check for what? Option A. Okay, if you see here, it is what? Del x of what? X square y. This will give you 2xy. Del square u del x square. It will give you what? Again on differentiation, if you do, it will give you what? Just do and see. It will be 2y, right? And again del u del y. If you do, you will get it to be what? 2x. Yes or no? This is what you will get. And del u del square u del y square, it will be equals to what? 0. So if you will look here, when you will what? Subtract 2y minus 0, it is equals to what? 2y. That means what? Their sum is not equals to 0. Yes or no? This should be 0. Yes or no? 2y is not equals to 0. So in this question, you will see x square y, it is not the real part, because if it would be the real part, you will get it to be what? You will get it to be 0. Similarly, you can check for B also. Okay, if you do the differentiation once, you will get 2x. Again on doing, you will get what? 2 minus this, you do 2 times, you will get what? 2. So it is equals to 0. For the third term, if you see, you will get 3x square. On differentiating once, again on differentiation, you will get what? 6x. Here if you do with respect to what? Y. 3x is constant. On doing once, you will get 2y. On doing again, you will get what? 2. So again, you will get 6x only. So this is also 0. Last option also, if you check in this one, what you will get? It is 3x square y. Okay. So with respect to fx, if you do, 3y will be as it is. 2x, then you will get 2. So this is what? 6y, right? And if you do with respect to what? Y. So this will become on double differentiation 0. This will also will become what? 0. But this will give you what? 3y square. Again on doing, you will get what? 6y. So minus sign is there. So minus 6y. So you will get 0, right? So the correct option is option A. X square y cannot be the real part of the complex analytic function z equals to x plus iy. All right. Now let's see question number 10. It is what it is given here, given that the integration 0 to infinity dx by y square plus x square, it is equals to pi by 2y. So you will have to calculate the value of integration 0 to a dx by y square plus x square whole square. So for this, first you will change the integration limit from minus infinity to plus infinity. So you can write 0 to infinity dx by y square plus x square whole square equals to what? 1 by 2 integration minus infinity to plus infinity dx by y square plus x square whole square. Okay. Now we'll see the pole. So for pole, what you will do? You will put the denominator to be what? Equals to 0. So you will write y square plus z square. I'm writing. Okay. I'm writing this to be as function fz equals to what? 1 by y square plus z square whole square. So this is y square plus z square. It is equals to what? 0. So from here you will get what? Z square is equals to minus y square, which implies z square is equals to I square y square. That is plus minus iy. It is pole of order 2. Now you see plus iy minus iy. This will lie outside because in this type of contour integral we are considering on the only the real part and the positive imaginary. So if you see plus iy will lie within the contour, minus iy will lie outside. So we will find the residue only for z is equals to iy. Now this is what? This is a pole of order 2. So for this the formula is what? The formula was 1 by factorial n minus 1 d to the power what? N minus 1 dz to the power n minus 1 z minus with what? A whole to the power n fz, right? And limit is z tends to a. Clear? So 1 by 2 minus 1 is factorial 1. This is d dz. Here you will have what? Z minus iy to the power n, it's 2. Function is 1 by z minus iy whole square, z plus iy whole square. Z is equals to iy. So this 2 gets cancelled. 1 by factorial 1 is 1. Now differentiating 1 by 1 by 1 plus, sorry, 1 by z plus iy whole square. So when you will differentiate, you will get it to be what? Minus 2 by z plus iy whole cube. Okay, this is iy. So this will give us what? Minus 2. This is 2 iy. When you will put z is equals to what? Iy. So you will get what? 2 iy whole cube, which is giving you what? Minus 2 by 2 cube is 8. I cube is what? Minus I. Y cube is y. So minus minus gets cancelled. 2 4s are. So you will have 1 by 4i y cube. And the value of the integral I will be what? 2 pi I into it. Here you are having one half now. So this half also I'm writing here into it 1 by 4i y cube. So if you see this 2 cancel this 2, this I cancels I, you will have pi by 4i cube, the value of this integral. Correct option is option B. Clear? Now let's see question number 11. So what it is said here? Here it is said if C is the contour defined by what? Mod of z equals to half. Okay, the value of the integral. Okay, this dz by sine square z is what? So mod of z is equals to what? Half, right? So you will have to calculate the value of this. So the function fz is equals to what? 1 by sine square z. Okay. So to find the pole, you will write sine square z is equals to what? 0. Right? So you will get what? Directly you will get sine z whole square is equals to what? 0. And you know sine n pi is equals to what? 0, right? So you can write it as what? Sine n pi. So from here you will get z is equals to what? Z is equals to n pi, right? And this is pole of order 2. And here n is equals to what? 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. You will get z is equals to what? You will get z is equals to 0, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, and so on. All right. Here it is said mod of z is equals to what? Half. Yes or no? And here if you see this pi, 2 pi, all are what? Outside. Only this is inside. Correct? So we will find the residue only for what? Z equals to 0. So you can do it directly. Fz is equals to what? 1 by sine square z. So you can write it as what? The series expansion of sine z is what? Z minus z cube by factorial 3. Okay, plus z to the power 5 by factorial 5 minus and so on whole square. Clear? Now if you see here, do you find the coefficient of z? One more step I'm doing here. If I take 1 by what? If I take here z outside, then it will become z square. This will give me what? 1 minus z square by factorial 3. Plus this will give me what? Z to the power 4 by factorial 5 minus and so on whole square. So if you see here, do you find any coefficient of 1 by z? No. The coefficient of 1 by z is what? Of 1 by z, it is equals to what? 0, right? That means the value of this integral is also 0 because there is no residue. If the residue is 0, that means the value of this integral is also 0. So the correct option is option C. Now let's see the next question. You will have to find the principal value of the integral. Integration minus infinity to plus infinity sine 2x by x cube dx. Okay. So directly you can do it. You are given what? Integration minus infinity to plus infinity sine 2x by x cube. We know e to the power I theta, it is equals to what? Cos theta plus I sine theta. So this is the imaginary part of e to the power I theta, right? So what you can write it as minus infinity to plus infinity, imaginary part of what? E to the power I 2x by x cube dx. Okay. Now you will write the function fz is equals to what? E to the power I 2z by z cube. Okay. So pole we will find. For pole z is equals to 0. It is pole of what? Order 3. All right. So we will calculate the residue for z equals to 0. So the formula was what? 1 by n minus 1 factorial d to the power n minus 1 dz to the power what? N minus 1. Again you are having what? Z minus a to the power n fz, and z was equals to what? A. So here it is what? 1 by factorial 2 d square dz square, right? This is what? Z cube, right? This is e to the power 2z z cube. Z is equals to what? 0. So this gets cancelled. 1 by factorial 2 is 2. Now e to the power I 2z. On differentiating once, you will get 2i e to the power I 2z. Again on differentiation, you will get what? 2i whole square e to the power I 2z. Right? So finally we'll have what? Minus 4 here e to the power I 2z. Z is equals to what? 0. So this will give you what? This term to be equals to 1. 2 to the 4. So this is giving you minus 2. Right? Now you see z equals to 0. It is lying in the real axis. So the integral I is equals to what? Pi I into with minus 2. So this is minus 2 pi I. So the imaginary part of 2 pi I is what? Imaginary part, because it was there, na, imaginary. So imaginary part of 2 pi I is what? Minus 2 pi. So your answer is option A. All right. Now let's see question number 13. This is going to be a bit complicated, but it's not that tough. Okay. So here it is said the Lorentz series expansion of the function fz is equals to e to the power z plus e to the power 1 by z about z equals to 0 is what? You will have to find the Lorentz series expansion of this function about the point z equals to 0. Clear? So first you will write fz is equals to what? E to the power z plus e to the power 1 by z, right? So you see here, if you do the expansion, you will get what? 1 plus z square plus z cube. Okay, this will be factorial 2, this is factorial 3, and so on. Similarly, if you do for e to the power what? 1 by z, you will get what? 1 plus 1 by z plus 1 by factorial 2, 1 by z square plus 1 by factorial 3, 1 by z cube, and so on. Okay, so this you can write as what? Summation n is equals to 0 to what? Infinity. This is what? Z to the power n by factorial n, right? Plus second term you can write summation n is equals to 0 to infinity. This time it will be what? 1 by z to the power n factorial n. Clear? So further if you can write it taking common the summation, and also you are taking common what? 1 by factorial n. This will give you what? Z to the power n plus 1 by z to the power n. Clear? Now you see when you will put what? Z is equals to 0 and z is equals to what? Infinity. At z equals to 0 and z equals to infinity, you will see at z equals to 0, e to the power 1 by z. If you put z equals to 0, this is what? Not analytic, na? It is not analytic. Similarly, if you put z equals to infinity, you will get e to the power z is not analytic. Okay, that means you will get what? Mod of z, it will be greater than 0, but it is less than what? Infinity. Because at z equals to 0, e to the power 1 by z is not analytic, and at z equals to infinity, e to the power z is not analytic. So you can just write it directly. Summation n is equals to 0 to infinity, 1 by factorial n, z to the power n plus 1 by z to the power n. It is what? This is for all what? Mod of z greater than 0 but less than infinity. Clear? Now let's see the next question. So question, consider the function fz is equals to 1 by z ln 1 minus z of a complex variable z is equals to r e to the power theta. R is greater than equals to 0 and theta is greater than minus infinity but less than infinity. So the singularities of fz are what? So you will have to say the singularities of fz out of these four. The function is given to you. Complex variable z is equals to r e to the power theta. Okay, r will be greater than equals to 0, but theta is what? It is greater than minus infinity but less than infinity. So first you will see the function, right? So the function is what? Fz is equals to 1 by z ln 1 minus z. Okay. So how you can write it? It is ln 1 minus z. Okay. This is what you are having. So if I take f prime, the first derivative, then you will write what? Taking this to be constant first, 1 by z on differentiation will give me what? 1 by z square, right? Minus 1 by z square. Again, I'm taking plus. This time I'm keeping 1 by z constant, and ln of 1 by z will give me what? 1 by 1 minus z, and here I will have minus 1. So finally it is ln 1 minus z, okay, into with minus 1 by z square minus I'm having 1 by what? Z is there here. So I will write what? 1 by z into with 1 minus z, right? This is what you are having. Now you see, is it clear? Here you will see fz, it is not differentiable at which points? At which points will fz be not differentiable? So when you will see this ln 1 minus z, it will give you what? Z is equals to 1 comma infinity, and 1 by z will give you what? It will give you z equals to what? 0. So at z equals to 1, infinity and 0, the function fz is not differentiable. Why it is not differentiable at these points? Because you know at branch points the function is what? Not differentiable. We have seen in the characteristics also. Okay. So these are what? These are the branch points. Z equals to 1, infinity 0. These are the branch points. Yes or no? So this branch point you are getting from 1 minus z, ln 1 minus z. This you are getting from what? 1 by z. Okay. So these points are coming from these two functions. And you will have to remember that these three are the branch points, and at these points the function is not differentiable. All right. So now we will calculate the residue at z is equals to 0. So for this limit z tends to what? 0. Here you will have what? Z minus 0, 1 by z, ln 1 minus z. Okay. So z and z will get cancelled. You will have what? Limit z tends to 0, ln 1 minus z. So further you can write limit z tends to 0, ln 1, and you will have what? Ln what? Minus z. So you can write it as what? R e to the power I. Okay. R e to the power I theta plus 2 k pi. And here you will have k is equals to what? 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. So finally, if you see this, here you will write r tends to, okay, 0. So limit r tends to 0, and you will have here what? Ln is there, okay? Ln is there. So ln what? R plus you will write ln e to the power I theta plus 2k pi. So this will become what? Ln r is as it is. So ln limit r tends to what? 0, ln r plus ln e to the power this. So this will come I theta plus 2 k pi. This will give you 1 ln e. It will give you what? 1. So finally, if you see here, for principal branch, k is equals to what? 0. This is for principal branch. Okay. K is equals to 0 for this principal branch. The range of theta is what? The range of theta is what? Theta is greater than equals to 0, but it is less than 2 pi. Right. We have seen in branch points also how we take the principal branch, how we see the range. So there you can go and check if you're having problem. So now you see for the principal branch, that is for k equals to 0, that particular branch, the range of theta is what? Greater than equals to 0, but less than 2 pi. Now if you take theta is equals to 0, okay, then you will see the residue of the function, okay, at z equals to 0, it is equals to what? 0. Okay, the residue at z equals to 0, it is equals to 0 for only the principal branch. Okay, but for other branches, okay, the residue is what? The residue is not equals to 0. So you will see what? Z equals to 0. Okay, the function having z equals to 0 a pole, okay, it will be for all theta, okay, for all theta other than what? Other than theta greater than equals to 0, less than 2 pi. Okay, if you are not understanding, I'm repeating it once again. If you consider the principal branch, okay, for which k is equals to 0, the range of theta is what? Theta is greater than equals to 0, but less than equals to 2 pi. Now if you take the value of theta to be equals to 0, and you see the residue of the function at z equals to 0, you will get the residue to be 0. Okay, so here if you see, this residue is 0 only for the principal branch. Okay, for other branches the residue is not equals to 0. So z equals to 0, it will be a pole of fz for all theta. Okay, this z equals to 0, it is pole of what? Fz for all of theta other than theta greater than equals to 0 but less than 2 pi. All right. So the correct option is what? Here we are having branch points z equals to 1 and z equals to infinity, and a pole z equals to 0 for all theta other than theta greater than equals to 0 but less than 2 pi. Here it was said what? Only for this one. No, but we are having only for what? For all theta other than this. Here it was for all theta, so it is wrong. And here there is no condition mentioned. Okay. Now let's see question number 15. So you see here what it is given to you. The value of the integral minus infinity to plus infinity dx by 1 plus x to the power 4 is what? You will have to calculate the value of this integral. The integration limit is minus infinity to plus infinity dx by 1 plus x square. This already we have done in the lectures, but still I will do here. We have used a trick, if you remember. So first of all, I write what? The function fz is equals to what? 1 by 1 plus z to the power 4. So for pole, you will put 1 by z to the power 4, the denominator to be equals to 0. So z to the power 4 is equals to what? Minus 1. So z will be equals to what? E to the power I 2n plus 1 pi by 4. Taking this 4 to the right hand side. Now you see n will be equals to what? 0, 1, 2, 3. Because it is z to the power 4, you will have 4 roots of this one. Okay. So finally z is equals to what? If you put n equals to 0, you will get it to be what? E to the power what you will get? So you will get I pi by 4. Okay. Again you will get e to the power what? I 3 pi by 4. E to the power I 5 pi by 4 and e to the power what? I 7 pi by 4. Okay. So you know z equals to e to the power I pi by 4. You can write it as what? Cos pi by 4, right? Plus I sine pi by 4. Okay. You know the value of what? Cos pi by 4 is what? 1 by root 2. So root 2 I am keeping here. This is what? 1 plus I. Okay. Similarly, z is equals to what? E to the power. You will have I 3 pi by 4. Okay. So cos 3 pi by 4 plus I sine 3 pi by 4. Same thing you will do for z is equals to what? E to the power I 5 pi by 4. And this is for z is equals to what? E to the power I 7 pi by 4. So this is cos 5 pi by 4 plus I sine pi by 4. And you are having what? Cos 7 pi by 4 plus I sine 7 pi by 4. Okay. You can use this ASTC rule. Okay. When you will use the ASTC rule, you will get e to the power I 3 pi by 4 will be equals to what? Here it is root 2 obviously. This will be what? This will be minus 1 plus I. The third one, cos 5 pi by 4. Again putting the same, root 2 will be obviously there. Okay. Here you will have what? You will have minus 1 minus I pi. Both will be negative. Okay. Cos and sine. Last is what? Root 2. So here what you will get? The same thing again you will do. It is 1 minus I. Right? This is what you will get. Now you see this negative I is what? These two are negative I. So this will be what? Outside. This will lie inside. Okay. So the short trick that we will be using is what? We will do the sum of the poles which is lying what? Outside. So these two are there. I'm just adding this. You will get what? Minus 1 minus I plus 1 minus I. Just get cancelled. Okay. So what you are getting it to be minus 2I by root 2. Now the sum you will divide by what? It is z to the power 4 na? So you will divide by 4. So it is into with 1 by 4. So it is what? 2 2s are. So it is minus I 2 root 2. Clear? So finally the value of integral will be what? I is equals to, it is lying in the imaginary axis. So 2 pi I into with minus I 2 root 2. Okay, so 2 gets cancelled. I square will give you what? Minus 1. So minus a plus. So you will get pi by root 2 is the answer. The correct answer is option A. Okay. So this is how you can do. You can do it with the other way also, but this is making you to save a lot of time. So go through this process whenever you are having this type of functions in the denominator. One, if you are having in the denominator 1 plus x square is quite easy. You can do with the other way also. 1 plus x to the power 6, 1 plus other functions. Okay. You can try for 1 plus x to the power 6. Okay. The same question. I'm writing here the integration minus infinity to plus infinity dx 1 plus x to the power 6. Okay, you can do it. Take it as a homework. Okay, so that's all in this video. In the next video, we will start from December 2015. All right.